For the most part, the 2023 NFL free agency era has come and gone. There are still some quality players waiting for new contracts and some trade-offs may occur on way to the 2023 NFL Draft, but most of moves and shakeups teams will make this off-season to position themselves for next year have already taken place. Done. After 3 weeks of free player transfers, it's time to evaluate each team's wins and losses by roster and rate their performance in the first part of the season's recruiting phase. You've seen us take a look at what's been done, episode by episode, over the course of this week. Today we finish this exercise and below you will find the notes for NFC West. Arizona Cardinals C Arizona's roster still has some serious issues. Most of the Cardinals' lost players are either retirees or players still not signed elsewhere, but seeing both Zach Allen and Byron Murphy leave the building made new head coach Jonathan Gannon almost a defensive blast. Left with completely incompetent. Gannon brought in defender Kyzir White and wide receiver Zach Pascal from Philadelphia, but most of the other additions and retentions here are not high-impact players. This is a team that desperately needs to stock up on draft picks and think about the best way to surround Kyler Murray with talent. Because that's not what Steve Keim and Kliff Kingsbury did. Los Angeles coaches there has been a serious loss of talent here and this may not be over. The Rams are clearly re-equipped, though not completely rebuilt. At Floyd, Robinson, Gaines, Wagner, Ramsey, Long, Rapp and Scott, the Rams are behind 8 players who were once significant contributors or open stars in their defense. And they haven't done much to change this cast of players. Among the offensive losses, only Edwards feels very important, but even he only played 4 games last season. As in Arizona, none of the Rams' free agent or traded players added or retained sound like a major piece. Assuming they stay on the team, they will count on Matthew Stafford, Kupp and Aaron Donald to be back in full health for most of their improved performance in 2023. There's a lot of work be done to get them back the Super Bowl caliber team they were for most of the Sean McVay era before last season. Before I really reviewed and cataloged who the Niners signed and lost, I was prepared to give them an A grade here. But then I realized exactly how much talent was walking out the door. Brock Purdy has a Garoppolo replacement or two, and we hope Oliver can help replace Brunskill with Trey Lance and Moseley, who replaced Feliciano. Losing Omenihu, Ebukam, and Willis will hopefully be mitigated by dition of Hargrave, even if it changes the look of the defense a bit. However, there are some additions to be made on back of defense, as Al-Shaair and Ward are most obvious men. Niners need to find suitable substitutes. They're obviously not nearly in crisis mode on the defensive, but there's a lot more work to be done than I initially thought. San Francisco should again be one of the best teams in the NFC, but this year's roster looks a little weaker at some points than it has in recent years, at least right now. Seattle Seahawks won with Kenneth Walker on the run last season and DeeJay Dallas still in town to work in some obvious transition situations. The Seahawks let both Penny and Homer go. They messed things up along inside offensive line and added Jones to free agent, giving the inside line a big upgrade and completely overhauling defensive room that probably needed an overhaul, especially when Jordyn Brooks was working his way back from a torn ACL. I love that they bring back Jackson, who had a terrific 2022 season, and complete safety room with Love, who brings the versatility needed on second level of defense. But nature of the Geno Smith contract is what really brought this summer season to top for me.